Ladies and gentlemen, we are back live at the Salisbury Center, fueled by Monster Energy. Don't forget, coming up on October 14th, right here at the Salisbury Center, it's Cagezilla 75. Log on right now and use code Monster Energy for $20 off your tickets for the next fight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Jordan Saunders.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our sixth bout of the evening. At 170 pounds, we have Jordan Saunders, 30 years old, 5'10", with a 72-inch reach, fighting out of Dominion BJJ, making his debut. Man, that's a tough fight to follow, I'll tell you. We just saw a lot of action there in our last bout, and this is not an easy one. You know, that's for your debut. After seeing that, a part of you has got to be thinking, man, I hope I get that glory, and the other side might be like, I hope I'm not quite as tired.
Absolutely. I'm liking the look of calm coming out. Only one corner coming for Dominion BJJ for Jordan Saunders. But,
yeah, go ahead.
But for all those who hear BJJ wondering, why are they fighting Muay Thai? Around these academies, all these academies, BJJ, they have everything going on, and they have all the skill sets. I'm excited to see, especially if somebody's representing Puerto Rico like this, I'm expecting some proficiency in his hands. I'm excited to see another good bout.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of good stuff here, and you know that the Dominion BJJ guys know how to prepare their guys for striking. Don't let the name fool you. There is a lot of talent there in that room, and you're going to see, I believe, a very strong kickboxing style from him. But for now, we'll throw it down to Chris for the next call out.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Billy Kozlowski.
Billy Kozlowski, 5'11", fighting out of Disciple MMA, the second to last fighter for Disciple for the evening. They've been real busy as he gets ready to make his debut as well.
Walking out here with a whole Disciple train right behind him. Again, I can tell you this, Kaizen does the same thing where we're not all the cornermen, but we are all the training partners, all the coaches, all the people who you've spent this time with. It's a great thing to look in their eyes and know that, hey, this is the community that supports me. These are the people that support me. And to know that you're going in there not just by yourself, but with a whole energy behind you, it's a powerful thing. It's an individual sport, but it takes a team to prepare.
Yeah, it sure does. And you know, I actually think that's one of the things you guys do so well. You know, you have so many talented, qualified coaches in that gym that have been built up along with fighters. A lot of places, they build up fighters, but they don't build up coaches. But Nima Mazhari has done such a good job of building up really good coaches. By the way, you being one of them, I've said this on the broadcast in the past, it's just you get such good insight and good quality training partners and coaches and people taking care of you that you know, you're really getting a lot of hands-on experience. Even if the owner can't be with all 40 fighters in the gym, you're going to have a coach almost personalized for you.
Exactly. I've heard you refer to them at one point as generals, and I think it's a great way to talk about it. It's developing generals. We've always talked about a system that can take care of itself is a system that can thrive. I think Disciple has been building that system too. You see them having some crossover with the new gym Strike Lab too. All these generals eventually go out and spread the knowledge, and when that knowledge spreads, so does your community. And as we said, these big gyms, more training partners, more looks, and honestly, more friends, more people to go in with that sport, more people to give you their experience, not just in cage, but out of cage as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good insight there, and truer words have not been spoken in a long time. We're going to throw it down to Chris Fuller for the official call-out.
Salisbury Center, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 170-pound division. It is brought to you by our friends at Green Village Concrete, the level best in Northern Virginia, and Tony's New York-style pizza, simply the best Italian dishes in Northern Virginia. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'10" and weighing in at 164 pounds, fighting out of Dominion BJJ, it's Jordan Saunders. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'11" and weighing in at 168 pounds, fighting out of Disciple MMA, it's Billy Kozlowski. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 170-pound division. It is brought to you by Green Village Concrete and Tony's New York-style pizza. And your referee is Michael Dolman.
Both these guys are looking very well sized for this weight class. Jordan a little bit taller, Billy a little bit wider.
Now, Billy's listed at 5'11", but it looks like Jordan's the taller fighter here. Good kickboxing combinations there right off the jump.
So, Charles, I'm actually excited to see Jordan fight. He actually works out at my gym. I see this kid in training hard, busting his butt all the time at the shop gym in Manassas.
Well, he looks like it. He's pretty yoked.
Look how he slides back after landing. Not always sliding straight back, too. Sliding at an angle right outside Billy's left hand.
Beautiful.
Beautiful sweep.
Man, he looks very smooth right now. Every time he's throwing those kicks, angling off, then working in the sweeps, working his punches. Oh, big left hook.
And off a right cross feint.
I mean, it's almost like the UFC game when you just are spamming combinations, but there's so much diversity in setups here.
He just had Billy do a full 360, move to the position Billy was at, and then swept him. That's a different level of matador right there.
Ooh, Michael Dolman checked him pretty quick there. Yeah, not the side of Michael Dolman you want to be on. He's looking smooth, though.
Uppercut.
Yeah, big uppercut.
Teeps.
And there's just so much accurate volume right now that, I mean, Billy's absorbing a lot of damage.
Oh, and the swag with that walk-off.
Billy's corner screaming at him to let his hands go.
It's just so hard to do that, though, when somebody's cut. I mean, you know, Jordan's not letting, he's not hanging out there. He's not hanging out in front of him. He's cutting corners. He's moving angles.
And Billy's also coming in like a bull, head down, just trying to muscle his way in there.
But I'll tell you, it looks like he's got some strong grips, and maybe this could slow down Jordan a little bit.
Look at that, Jordan hipping in, connecting those hips. Oh, and a good little back sweep. I don't know if they'll count that as clean as the other ones.
It'll be neutral, but it'll get him out of there.
Absolutely.
And that's the end of the round. A very, very high volume round there from Jordan Saunders. I mean, he landed a lot of those shots. That was pretty impressive.
And also, like, I commented before, the boxing movement, most people don't know, Muay Thai doesn't have as clean circling movement because the forward pressure is so highly scored. It's not incentivized by the rule set. But Jordan, these angles he's taking, these uppercuts he's landing in the clinch, these feints coming with hooks, feinting the last thing he landed with, really great. I actually, for everyone who's watching UFC tonight, Israel Adesanya's team, they call it putting somebody in the dryer, constantly making Billy turn to face him. Billy tries to lunge in and strike. Jordan moves out of the way. Billy has to turn and find, but on the turn, he's met with some attack.
Yeah, it's a great point, and I really liked what I saw from Jordan. There was just so many leg kicks, so many uppercuts, so many different strikes off of angles that made it really hard for Billy to get to the clinch. Now, when he got there, he kept him there for a minute, but it's just not enough in a round with that much accurate volume.
It's hard when you find a place that you think you can have confidence in. Sometimes you just want to take a breath, want to take a break from all that damage, but if that's a place you have confidence, you need to use that place to get your damage off.
Even throwing off of his back foot, Jordan is very effective.
He's got some good uppercuts here.
Oh, coming over the top of the right hand as well after the uppercuts.
And Billy is trying his best to get in there, but he's eating a lot of punches on the way in. And then immediately Jordan turns, takes the center, and now he's throwing off again. Liam was calling it.
That taking the center is such a hard. You're landing on your opponent so confidently. You want to keep going, but he's great at not being greedy, just taking the center, knowing what position he is dangerous from.
Some of the best counterpunching, the best counterpunching we've seen all night, I think. And wow, just with power too, like that. Every time Billy tries to come in, he eats a big shot.
Yeah, he's working his uppercuts. He's getting out of the way. Billy's having a tough time here, and he's walking forward. It's just there's not anything behind it. He's got to, when you get in on the clinch, you got to hold on. But he ate so many shots to get there.
I think we're going to start seeing Jordan slow down a little bit, though. I'm seeing these punches get a little bit later. I'm not saying his effectiveness will go down, but I don't think that same volume and pace is something he can really maintain over 3.
Yeah, that is a good point. But when they're landing like that, take a few off and just put a little bit more pepper on them, and that's where you go.
Exactly. Let's see if he can keep the effectiveness or if he lets Billy back into this. Billy having a little bit more time in this clinch, even though I don't know if he's necessarily winning at 100%. Oh, but we're back at distance.
Another good uppercut, and he likes that lead left uppercut, right hook. And Billy's he's got to be a little bit dazed here because he's just blocked so many shots with his forehead.
He's also just starting to wince. You're seeing him close his left eye.
Anticipating the damage.
Look at Jordan hanging his arm, not necessarily grabbing the ropes, but hanging it off, making it a little bit more difficult. He knows how to catch his breath and make Billy work in that clinch too.
Yeah, and it looks like Disciple Corner is going to actually stop the fight. Yeah, and that's what they did. They stopped the fight. You know, I feel like that was the right decision. Billy he didn't have an answer for it. He had a really tough time, and that's how it's going to go tonight. You know, hats off to the guy though, right? Because he kept driving forward. He was pushing the pace. He was doing the best he could. It just felt like he was dealt a question that he could not quite answer.
Credit to that corner. Credit to any corner willing to step in and save. And remember, nobody's getting paid here tonight. These are amateur fighters. Millions of dollars aren't on the line. Save your health. Learn the lesson, not just take a loss.
And I've always been big on that in the amateur division, right? I want guys to stop the fight sooner rather than later, both from the refs with TKOs as well as the coaches in their corners. And in a situation like this, you don't see a path for victory. You don't see anything changing, and it's only getting worse. I think that's the right call, and that's really good coaching there from the guys out of Disciple MMA. Josh Francis, one of the best there is. Just a good guy to have in your corner as well, and just knows the game, knows what to do, and they made a good call there as well. So, and hats off to Scott Howard. I know he's the, you know, speaking of generals, he's the general over there, and he does a good job of providing solid guidance for all of his fighters. And it looks like we're going to get an official decision here shortly.
Still so incredibly impressed by Jordan. The composure to know that for everyone who is newer to TCB and Cagezilla, the center of our cages are always black. The perimeter of our cages, where the logos are always white. For Jordan to have the wherewithal to know he wants to be standing on the black and pressing his opponents to the white, and knowing that my priority isn't to throw this another shot that could land. My priority is to get to the position where I'll consistently have success. One shot is good, 20 or better.
Yeah, they sure are, and it looks like he landed all 20. But we will just have a quick discussion here from the ref and Chris Fuller here in just a minute. We'll throw it down to Chris. And it looks like he's ready to go for the official decision.
Salisbury Center referee Michael Dolman has called a stop to the action at the end of the third round due to corner stoppage. For your winner, out of the red corner, is Jordan Saunders.
There you have it, folks. Jordan Saunders making a big debut win. We look forward to seeing more of him and more Dominion BJJ when we return here at TCB 35.
Like and subscribe to TCB.